Well, welcome, fellow travelers. Your traveling buddy here, coming to you today from Mackinaw City. So today is my very last day here in Mackinaw. It's early morning, so I came out here do a little video. But so I was walking along, I realized a lot of things that I was going to do was closed for the season. But I figured I'd take you a little walk around anyway. It's a beautiful views. See, I'm right here by the Mackinaw Bridge right there. It's early morning. It's kind of rainy out this morning too, because we had some rain last night. But I was going to bring you over here to this place called Michelin Mac, and I came down here just for an early walk, and I was going to get breakfast for everybody when I get back and stuff like that. And I said, what the hell, you know? So if I'm going to do this YouTube thing right, I'm still going to make a video out of this. I'll show you around a little bit right here, this area. So if you ever do come down here during the summer, you know, like I said, right now, starting to get off season. A lot of things are closed for the season. So travel with me, will you? This is a little memorial park they got here called the Colonial Michelin Mac, established 1715. This area right here shows a lot of colonial stuff. You can see it from the bridge. I think when I walked the bridge, I could see the stuff from over there. There's like a lighthouse over here, a bunch of little houses over there you're supposed to be able to tour. And I was walking up here to start my video, and then walked up to it, you know, and they had a sign that said closed for the season, see you in 2020. I was like, darn. So I walked up here for nothing. Well, I said, what the heck, it's not for nothing. This is a beautiful town, and I'll show you around a little bit. I saw some cool stuff as I was walking by, like right here. Look, they got like this cannon there, got a guy soldier there. This is a very historical place, Mackinaw City. They even have a visitor center right underneath the bridge right there. You see that there's a building right there. That's the visitor center. Unfortunately, it's closed for the season. You can't go in there. I'll have to come back next summer and hopefully tour all this big time. Makes this worth it as it is. I mean, look, I just looked out there in the water from underneath the bridge. Look, there's a barge out there. Oh, come on, focus. Yeah, there's a barge out there. See that glowing light right there? Point right there. It's a barge. There's the visitor center right there. It's right underneath the bridge. See the bridge right there? Still kind of light up for the night. You know, like I said, they're starting to close up everything up here for the winter because it gets bad up here. Other people out there on the beach right there. There's actually a beach out there you can walk on, and you see out there. Take some pictures. Come down here to the beach right here where I saw those people. They said you can actually go walk pretty much right up underneath the bridge. I mean, that's the beginning part of the bridge. They're right there. See all the beams. The old mighty Mack. Hear the cars above us. You see that barge a little bit better right there. There's that barge. He's going to go right up underneath the bridge. And right over there is Mackinaw Island. Right over there. And someday I'm going to go out there. Like I said, this video is probably going to be about, I'm going to show you a little bit around the park and a little bit downtown, like where I walk from and all that. And I'll show you some good spots where you can get some good pictures of the bridge. There's some good spots where they actually have places where you can stop and take a picture of the bridge. So I figured that'd be a good video. Not the one I expected, but you gotta compromise, you know. You can see this is a beach right here, and actually, I guess you can go swimming out here. Cause they even have, like here, they said no. There's signs over here where it says no lifeguard on duty. They got like a life server here, and I guess you can, during summer, you can come out here, swim right by the mighty Mack. This is cool. Look at that. There's a crane right there in the water right there. See him? Oops, I tripped. Watch your step, buddy. See him? There's a crane that's out in the water. I see all kinds of animals as I walk up here. Actually, believe it or not, scared me. I walked up on 2 little skunks when I was walking up here. Yeah, there's a little crane sitting right there in the water. He's sitting there looking out at the back. I see there's a good spot right there. You can get a good picture. I'm zoomed in on it, but I mean, stand right here and get a good picture of the bridge. See, that's how far I am. You got a good camera. Zoom in on it. Take a good picture of the bridge. Starting to get daylight now, and you see right over there. So yesterday it was a little bit more clear. Yes, like I said, we got some rain last night, so it's a little cloudy out this morning, but look at that beautiful view. This is a good place to get some selfie pictures and sit there and take a picture in front of the Mackinaw Bridge. This is the place I wanted to tour, but I'll virtually have to come back next summer and tour that. As this is called the Old Mackinaw Point Lighthouse. This lighthouse is opposite of the turning point for ships making the difficult passage through the Straits of Mackinaw, one of the busiest crossroads of the Great Lakes. Mulcone's Point Light, 2 miles to the west, had been established in 1856, but it was not visible from all directions. In 1889, Congress appropriated funds for the construction of a steam-powered fog signal here, which went into operation on November 5th, 1890. Construction of the light tower and attached light keeper's dwelling began, and the light was the first displayed in October 25th, 1892. Heavy iron and brass casting were used throughout the structures, and the light was visible to ships 16 miles away. In operation until 1958. The lighthouse is now a maritime museum. Like I said, there it is right there. There's the lighthouse, and there's the light keeper's house. So you can tour all those, but fortunately not right now. It's off season. You can't go up in there. The other reason why you can see that it's getting to be, you know, the off season, they have like these things out here where little telescopes they put on these poles, and you can sit there and look out at the Mackinaw Bridge, take a picture, or look out at a close-up view of it. But yeah, this is a good spot too to get another good picture. See, look at that. The lights are finally turning the lights off, starting to get daylight. It's just too bad I couldn't gone in there. This is the old Mack Point Lighthouse. But like I said, I have to come back next year and do that one. It's just another thing to put on my bucket list. A lot of hotels right here, right off the point, you know. You sit there and stay right at a hotel right there. I'm not sure what hotel it is, but you stay right there. Look out your window. See the almighty Mack. There's more and more people are out here now taking pictures, walking around. So this is a good place to get some good pictures of the bridge. Cool. I just ran into the sign here. It says Mackinaw State Park, established in 1909. This is welcome to the Mackinaw State Park, established in 1909. It is Michigan's second state park and offers stunning views of the Mackinaw Bridge, picnic areas, and is home to the two historic sites, Old Mackinaw Point Lighthouse and Canolia Mackinac. In addition to the Mackinac State Park, Mackinac Island State Park, and Mill Creek State Park are under the care of the Mackinac Island State Park Commission. And they show the area right here. See the bridge there? That's the bridge right there. And then that's where I'm standing right there. A lot of stuff down here too. See all this? I've heard of these things here. There's the lighthouse, of course, and then there's this historical little village I want to see someday. Of course, I've already been on the bridge. They're hauling out a crane right there. Tugboat hauling out a crane. I wonder what that crane is for. Are they going to be working on the bridge? Here's some of those things I was telling you about, the little telescope things. Of course, they cost money. What was it? 50 cents. 50 cents to be able to look through those, and you can look up at the bridge. And I said, these are a good area to see another good view and or to get a good picture of the bridge. Kind of getting foggy out there now. You notice that? It's a little foggy, you know. Well, it is starting to drizzle. Maybe that's what it is, because it's starting to drizzle now. I have to get my umbrella out. Got a little information along here. It says shipwrecks in the straits. When mankind took into the water, shipwrecks were inevitable. As long as canoes and boats have sailed the Great Lakes, there have been shipwrecks. Many have occurred in the Straits of Mackinaw with its own channels, or narrow channels, shoals, and harsh and changing weather. As shipping increased in the 1840s and 50s, so did the number of shipwrecks. But man responded with better aids such as lighthouses for signals, weather forecasts, and charts. Most of the shipwrecks in the Straits occurred before 1890 and were wooden-ruled sailing vessels. Modern shipwrecks are infrequent. And you see the area where we're sitting at, right there, there's a ship. I guess a shipwreck like right off this area. See that line arrow? The bargain settled at the bottom after the encounter with spring ice in the Straits in 1894. So somewhere out there is a wooden ship on the bottom of the lake. Got my umbrella out. That's one of the tools I made sure I got. So this ain't gonna stop me from vlogging. So it's starting to come down pretty good now. See that barge? I mean, taking that crane across. I wonder what that's for. It's a big old crane. That's cool to even see that kind of stuff around here. Here is where you can look across the Mackinaw Island. This is Mackinaw Island, Grand Hotel. And I like to show her that they're supposed to be very haunted. And Round Island. This just shows you all the kind of areas you can look at. You know, they get that viewer thing, and you take that. You can not just look at the bridge. You can look over the Mackinaw Island over there. Notice the seagulls are coming out now. I know there's people are over there feeding them. They go nuts up here. Look at them. See the seagulls flying around? Everybody coming out here to walk up the seagulls. That you can see the bridge now. It's like all covered in fog a little bit. They turn out all the lights, those Christmas lights are all around it, what I call Christmas lights, but it's starting to get daylight. That's a good place to get a good picture. I mean, when it's clear. That's kind of pretty too, you know. You know, the signs that tells you about, you know, when they built the Mackinaw Bridge. It says building the Mighty Mac. And you hear that, I call it the Mighty Mac. This is, you know, that's the nickname for that. So you see the Straits, how long it is. It's the longest suspension bridge. It's even bigger than the Golden Gate Bridge. And it tells you about how the suspension bridges are and stuff. It tells you all the information about them. So they got another one of these things here, and it says, good place. Get another picture of the bridge. Or this barge right here, that'd be a good picture. Side of this thing here talks about the graveyards of the deep, more about the shipwrecks. And of course, the most famous is the Edmund Fitzgerald. You know, all these ships are on the bottom of the lake. This, when I was coming up here, walking up here, this building here, I don't know if that's supposed to be a hotel or if that's somebody's mansion they're building right here. I mean, look at that. That thing is like a castle. So they're working on it. They're building it. There's some balconies up there, so maybe it's going to be a hotel, some kind of hotel. Look at the arrows over there. Huh. curious what that's going to be. Say right there, and you can. If that is going to be a hotel, you can stay there, and look right out at the mighty Mac. Look here, we even got one of the old buoys. They used to sit out there. This one's seen better days, obviously. See, it's falling apart, probably because of the ice and all that. You actually walk up on it, take a picture in front of it, and you even touch it. Okay, you even look down in it. Who put sticks in there? Kids putting sticks in there. Yeah. So lots of things to do here. I mean, at least, you know, get good pictures. This would be a good picture right here. Look, you got the buoy right there, and you got the bridge in the background. Where the picnic area is, you can come up here, have a picnic lunch, right off, look at the bridge. And you got one of those viewers right here. So, good place to get some good pictures. Actually, it's clearing up now, you notice that? The fog is kind of cleared up. Well, it's kind of stopped raining, so I think that's what it was. It was starting to rain a little bit. I think it's starting to clear up a little bit. Much this park. That park isn't that big, but it's a nice little, you know, walk and get some good pictures. You know, like I said, I'm gonna start heading back to my thing, and I'll show you the way I came. And there was some beautiful views from there too. There's a place there to put your dog waste. You know, people can bring their dogs down here, but clean up after them. A good thing to look up at is this building right here. This is carved by the glaciers. The Straits of Mackinaw or surrounding landscapes of geological infants only a few thousand years old. 70,000 years ago, a great continental glacier pushed through the northern Canada into the Midwest. Ice thousands of feet thick advanced along ancient rivers, ruggling out to the vast Great Lakes basin extending into southern Indiana and Ohio. And as the climate warmed, the glacier gradually receded 15,000 years ago. The Great Lakes basins began to emerge from the ice and filled with melted water. About 12,000 years ago, the Mackinaw region was free of ice and the straits formed. You can see, shows like a demonstration about that. That's how we got our shape and everything. And I said, I've said before, and you know my thing, I say, see you around the mitten. And if you don't know why I say that, look at the shape of our state. It's a mitten. And it makes sense since we were formed from a glacier. Because it gets cold up here during the winter. This wooden statue here, colonial man with a cane. That's pretty cool. A sign on the front here says who this guy is, and the artist that carved it says Alexander Henry. That's who it is. You know, there's a beach out there and you can swim out there, but like I said, there's signs everywhere right here. It says no lifeguard, swim at your own risk. Of course, no overnight parking right here or camping. You can see they're actually starting to button up for the winter. They're starting to close up everything, even the water fountain out here on this building, covered up in a bag. I was walking by, I was like, what the heck is that? I was like, well, it's the water fountain. I covered it up. Part of that park was called Alexander Henry Park, I guess. So I guess that park's got two different names. Maybe where the lighthouse is, that's at Mackinaw, you know, and then this part is the Alexander Henry. Look at that! Look at that view of the bridge right there through the trees. That's pretty. Here's that front of that building that the building. So I don't know if that's going to be a hotel or if that's just a mansion. I think it's a mansion. Dang. I mean, it looks like a castle. Almost like a lighthouse right there. It's a beautiful house. I mean, look at the front fence here. See, even the houses down here. Pretty cool. This house, this one looks old. This one here, called Happy Landings. Look at that. It's a beautiful little house. All the stone on there. And look, the one next to it. It's like a log cabin. And they're right on the lake. So it makes me wonder how old those are. That one really looks old. That one, I mean, maybe that's what they made it look like, but if you look at that one there, and then look at how that's shaped, makes you wonder how old that house is. Like the name on the front of this one, it's called the Tip of the Mitt. So that's a pretty cool looking house. I said that one looks really old, and they just remodeled it. Another one of the historical signs. It says Marine and Weather Report. Mackinaw residents have long rendered services for passing ships. One of the most interesting was the Marine and Weather Reporting Services, established in 1877 by Forrest J. Stimson. Stimson made daily reports on weather conditions of the strait and would often make different contact with ships by small boat, carrying messages by mail and supplies. Messages about the ship's location at the straits were forwarded to the owners, thus the Marine Reporting Services. And there's a picture of them right there in this boat. Wow. Brave guy. Another little small park because of the Maritime Park, village of Mackinaw City. And look, they got an anchor out here. It's another beautiful view. See all the way across there. There's a propeller. There's a bunch of ship stuff out here. Look at that. I'm not sure what that is, but what this is called a capstan for pulling up the anchor. Right there. Capstan is a remnant of a vital piece of equipment used to haul in heavy anchors. As a hand-pushed vertical winch. The anchor line, whether rope or chain, was wound around the barrel until it caught on itself. So that's what that is, right there. Another good look at that one. See, this will be a good place to get some good pictures of the bridge. Look at that. I mean, almost don't even have to zoom in on it and show you how far I am. You see the bridge real good. Kind of hazy out today, but geez, there's some beautiful views out here. People are out here getting ready for the winter. Look at that. We're putting out these things here because, like I said, that ice builds up and start pushing up here, trying to keep it away from their homes. Imagine, you know, these houses probably getting dangerous a lot because, like I said, that ice gets thick up here. I mean, you can literally walk out there pretty far. I mean, that's what they used to do back in the day. You know, they used to cut ice right off the lake, thick ice. I actually did that once, and not here, but somewhere else. And look at that view of the bridge there. Yeah, I mean, you cut. You can walk right out on the lake. You know, one thing I'll do is watch you. This is a beautiful place, but I wouldn't want to live here. Visiting it is fine, but you imagine the winters up here. I mean, the winters around where I live in Lansing are horrible. Theirs are much worse. I have no right to complain compared to what they get. I mean, that ice out there is crazy. I mean, you can walk out the next morning and you got snow right up to your waist. You know, it gets bad up here. This is way up north. Here we got another wooden statue. That's what's cool. A lot of these statues up here are actually wooden carvings. I'm sure it's probably the same artist. This is an Indian. So Chief Waterman. Chief Waterman is an Oberawai Indian living in the Straits of Mackinaw. Befriended the British fur trade Alexander Henry as a brother during the Indian attack on Fort Mackinaw. In 1763, Waterman protected his friend and cared for him, and as a member of his own family. At one point, Waterman hid Henry in his ancient limestone cave on Mackinaw Island. After spending a night in the dark, the damp cave, Henry woke with honor to discover that he had slept on a bed of human bones. Skull Cave, as it's known today, is one of Mackinaw Island's popular historic sites. Wow. Never heard of that. I want to explore that. I wonder if they have to do tours of that. Oh, wow. Skull Cave. Wow. Look, see, that's what I'm talking about, the ice. You see that? See that ship out there? You can see it's black and white, but you can see the ice, how bad it is. That's what I said. I couldn't live out here. Visiting is fine. I couldn't live out here. But yeah, that's supposed to be Chief Waterman. Sure, the cave they talked about had human bones in there. You can show what it looks like during the winter. Look at that. See what I'm talking about? That's all ice around the bridge. Our weather is unpredictable because of the complex of the international peninsula of the land of juddering into a large volume of the fresh water. So yeah, it says, see that you can see all that ice. I mean, imagine that's what those guys were down there putting sandbags in front of there so the ice doesn't get pushed up to their house and destroy their house. The view from the satellite of Michigan. See the mitten, and then you see right here, this is the winter time. That's what it looks like in the winter time. You almost can't see the mitten. Alright, fellow travelers, that's going to end this little video. Another little tour around Mackinaw City. That little park was cool. I'm definitely gonna have to come back and do that lighthouse museum, you know, next year. Unfortunately, it's like that. Everything's starting to close up for the winter. So it was good to show the views and, you know, show you places where it's good. Get some good pictures of the bridge. You know, there's all kinds of things down here in Mackinaw to do. You know, it's definitely a touristy area. So like I said, I gotta head back to the hotel because eventually, later day, we gotta check out. Time to pack up, head back home. So if you like this video, hit that like button. Share, subscribe. Any comments for me? Any comments appreciated. Any ideas for me to do? Let me know. I just might show up and do it. So till next time, my fellow travelers, I'll see you around the mitten.